When we stumble upon something which cannot be understood through just our senses and experiences, we turn to science to shine the light and help us make sense of things. But there are mysterious events and things strewn across the world which even science is unable to answer, at least so far. Here are 10 mysterious discoveries science still can't explain. So, prepare yourself to step into a world which has no answers, but just more questions. Before we get started, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more such amazing content. Let's get to it. Number 10. The Ulfberht Swords. Vikings have long captured our imagination through their ferocity and incredible conquests. Though the Viking Age has ended more than 1,000 years ago, there are still plenty of relics from that time period which let us peek into their world. The Ulfberht swords are one such example of a Viking relic which exists today and has baffled experts. These long double-edged swords have been used by the Viking tribes from Northern Europe. What makes them so special is how they're made. The composition of carbon is just perfect for the blade to be strong and not break or bend easily. These superior blades didn't grace the hands of most Vikings, but only the elite members of their tribe. They're estimated to cost about $24,000 in modern prices. Emulating the blacksmithing traditions of the time, experts are still not able to recreate these superior swords. Scientists are still puzzled how these early sword craftsmen were able to make such impressive blades. As of now, all we can do is admire the quality and hopefully wait for the future for answers. Number 9. Drepanosaurus. Paleontology depends on fossil records to derive conclusions of a time period which is so distant from us that the Earth which existed then might not seem familiar to us today. With so many fossils yet to be discovered, occasionally scientists stumble upon one which throws a wrench into the established findings. One such discovery is the fossil of a creature called Drepanosaurus. First found in Italy in a completely crumbled state, scientists had to reconstruct it again to study it further. Based on the preliminary studies, they came to the conclusion that it might be an extinct reptile. But that conclusion didn't survive long when they discovered a second fossil which was found in New Mexico. This one had claws instead of fingers. Scientists came to a new conclusion that instead of categorizing this creature under reptile or dinosaur, it might be a unique animal deserving its own category. In fact, they think that it resembles a mammal, like an anteater, more than a reptile at first thought. But this theory would mean that a pathway of evolution leading to this creature is missing, and this animal is reminiscent of a modern-day mammal, even though the Drepanosaurus is dated to have lived 230 to 210 million years ago. So this theory doesn't make a lot of sense. Another theory is that Drepanosaurus evolved independently from others. For now, there are no clear answers, just more questions. Number 8. Rat Kings. For the squeamish, this one might not be comfortable to watch. A rare phenomenon that happens in the animal kingdom, the Rat King, is when a bunch of rats who are tied up by their tails and die due to restriction in their movement. What you have left is this odd, almost ritualistic carcass of a bunch of these vermin. Science still hasn't been able to explain this strange phenomenon, but some have hypothesized that it could be a rare birth defect or happens at low temperatures when these black rats snuggle up together to share the warmth. Another theory is some kind of adhesive liquid which is produced by the rat's skin, which ultimately leads to this deadly entanglement. Over the years, few such examples have been extracted, but no one has a solid answer. What do you think might have happened to these rats? Number 7. The Martian Meteorite. In a year, the Earth is hit by around 6,100 meteors which are large enough to reach the ground. Most of them are quite normal and probably get added to the meteorite collection of a collector who's lucky enough to come across one. But in 1984, a meteorite named ALH 84001 found its way to Earth. Dated to be about 4.1 billion years old, this rock was unusual. Upon closer inspection, scientists have found something strange on its surface, signs of fossilized bacteria. After countless studies in the lab, there still isn't any conclusive answer to what it might have been. It could either be an imprint of bacterial life, or just a geological formation which gives it an unusual appearance. The scientific community and the world at large have to wait till more advanced analysis techniques emerge for more answers. Fingers crossed. Number 6. The Long Grottos. What if there was an advanced civilization which existed long before our time? It probably sounds outlandish, but in the timescale of the universe, our modern world has apparently only occupied a fleeting moment. So it begs the question if our ancestors were also advanced in some regards, but are now long lost under the depths of the ocean or buried under the soil. The Long Grottos are one such possible example of a long-lost advanced civilization. These underground structures, discovered near the village of Xianbekkum in the Zhejiang province in China, were built at least 2,000 years ago. So far, 36 grottos have been discovered covering 30,000 square meters. Each of these grottos is carved into siltstone and contains various features of a living space equipped with rooms, gutters and pools. What makes them so intriguing is how precisely they were carved and still remain in such a remarkable condition. It seems every time researchers uncover new discoveries, they also unravel more questions. Was there an ancient civilization here which deserves our praise and attention? Number 5. The Nampa Stone Doll. Another mystery which has puzzled scientists for over a century is the Nampa Stone Doll. Discovered way back in 1889 in the town of Nampa in Idaho, this doll was found by happenstance. A bunch of workers were digging up a bore well to the depth of 295 feet, and this doll was extracted from the pile of dirt which was collected. At this depth, the soil would have been from the Pliocene-Pleistocene period, which is believed to have been over 2 million years old. So finding a stone sculpture at this depth only summons more questions. Is it possible for humans to have existed that long back, and did they have the tools and the know-how to produce something like this? Or is it just a coincidence of this doll merely slipping through the cracks and making its way down beneath the surface? Nothing is quite certain for now, and the doll's origin remains shrouded in mystery. Number 4. The Piri Reis Map. Maps from centuries ago were just a close approximation based on voyages on ships, unlike the modern ones derived from GPS mapping. The accuracy of these ancient maps was highly questionable until the Piri Reis map came into the picture. This ancient map of the world was drawn up by a Turkish cartographer and sailor, Haji Ahmed Muhyiddin, also known as Piri Reis, in 1513. For drawing up this remarkable map, Piri Reis had referred to 20 different source maps and documents which are far older than his time. What was most puzzling about this map is its depiction of Antarctica 300 years before its official discovery. Adding to this mystery, the map also showed an ice-free Antarctica, which would have been the case more than 6,000 years ago. But the mystery doesn't end there. The map was depicted using the Mercator projection, which wasn't possible until the invention of the chronometer in 1760. How did Piri Reis manage to compose this incredibly accurate map so many centuries before modern tools? Was it a mere stroke of luck and coincidence, or was there an ancient seafaring civilization which had advanced navigation and cartography skills? We still don't have an answer yet. Number 3. The Voynich Manuscript. If you enjoy writing gibberish for fun, then the 600-year-old Voynich manuscript might be of interest to you. It contains 240 pages of curious cryptic text and illustrations which don't seem to make a lot of sense. Various cryptographers and code breakers have tried their hand at it, but with little to no success. Some say that the book might be purely nonsensical and not intended to convey anything meaningful, but the complicated pictures on the book suggest otherwise. To unlock the mystery of this manuscript, Canadian researchers gave it a shot using AI and managed to decode some bits. Turns out the initial pages contained Hebrew script but written in an incorrect way. What's more, some of the writings seem to relate to botanical terms, but that doesn't seem to lead the researchers any closer to its meaning. Perhaps one day the Voynich manuscript will be understood, but for now, we can only theorize. Number 2. Dinosaur and human footprints. This discovery takes us to the Paluxy River in Texas, where hundreds of dinosaur footprints have been found. Researchers flocked to the riverbed to discover prints of different sizes, with some not matching that of a dinosaur. Scientists believe that a few of them belong to humans, which were discovered side by side along with the dinosaur prints. Could this be a sign that humans have existed during the same time as the dinosaurs? Or maybe it belonged to a creature yet to be discovered which had a similar footprint as us. What do you think? Number 1. Whale rocks. Here's one mysterious yet intriguing place of natural formation in Thailand. We're talking about these mountains located in the province of Byeongkan. Does it remind you of anything? It looks like 3 whales swimming side by side through the forest. These uniquely smooth and rounded stones are theorized to be the result of constant tropical rains and wind, but that begs the question, why are the surrounding rocks not the same? Scientists say that it could be the type of rock which constitute these 3 whale structures, and also the activities of ancient civilizations that took place here. As of now, all these are just theories and not proven. An even more interesting and less plausible theory by science fiction fans is that these are part of the fossils of ancient sea creatures which died in this region. If that were true, just imagine the size of these creatures while they were alive. Hard to believe that such things exist. Well, that's our glorious planet for you, filled with inexplicable mysteries and phenomena. Hopefully science is able to find some answers for them soon. Anything in particular surprised you the most? Go ahead and let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the like button, share, and subscribe. See you later.